Hello everybody, this is Coach Alamo here, and today I wanted to go through and show you the process of our player development tracking here at the Alamo Academy. So you're going to see it through the eyes of me. I'm going to walk you into one of our coach's offices here, and I'm going to show you here our work center for our player development tracking. And simply what that is, I'm going to show you here a sample form. And a lesson evaluation tracking is every time a player comes in, we will track everything that they do, and we go through, and as you see there's a lesson plan. Now every lesson they've had before this is reviewed before the player gets here, and the coach constructs a lesson plan before they even show up for their lesson. And typically the first thing is you'll see there is review home drills, and as we get through this I'll tell you a little bit about the home drills, but that's where they left off last time, and the practice they were assigned before they come back to see us again. So that allows us for maximum progression, and the player comes in and we review exactly where they left off. Of course, there you'll see the date of the last time they came in and what they were assigned. Once we see the progression and what they've been able to master since that time, we continue after evaluating the lesson before that, and the lesson before that one is we construct a solid lesson plan of what we're trying to accomplish during that particular lesson. Now what you'll see is we don't go by just trying to get through the time in the lesson. We have a mission to get through as much as possible for the player progression, and you'll see that noted there. You'll see the strengths of the player of that lesson, how they did, what they're getting better at, the areas of improvement, areas for improvement, and those are just the areas that we're going to zone in and continue next time, and some areas that need some attention, some general comments. And here's where the gold is for us. The RX home drills, prescription home drills as we like to call them, because we're very specific. If you give vague directions, you're going to get vague practice, or very specific, and you won't know what some of this means here. Before the player leaves, the parent and player is told exactly what they need to do, and they actually demonstrate it a few times to make sure they have mastery. But you're going to see here 25 times every day. Same thing with the last directive there. So very specific. So next time they come in, not only do we go ahead and check exactly where they left off and continue with our plan, but we're able to see how far they've been able to get. Of course, our tagline there, practice makes permanent. Practice does not make perfect. It depends what you practice. So now that we went through that, what I'm going to show you is exactly the process. And I'm going to put this here just for a demonstration purpose. And Coach Miller, one of our baseball and softball specialists, will walk in here for the day. He will have his lesson sheets from the past and who's coming that day, and he'll construct, like we talked about, a lesson plan reviewing the old sheets, and then he will go ahead and do the lesson and fill them out. Once he fills it out, it will go into our outbox here. And here's a real cool part about this process. After it goes into the outbox at the end of the night, I go ahead and take each form and review them personally, and then go over them with the coach to see exactly where the player is, where they need to get a little bit better at, and just really monitor the process. So I know every single player, what they're doing lesson to lesson as they come through this academy, and we go over it with their coach. So what you'll notice here is very specific player development. And the lesson doesn't begin when your player gets here. It begins far before that as we monitor the past lessons. And as you can see at the end of the night, your player's lesson kind of continues, because we talk about it and we track it, because what we're interested here in the Alamo Academy is player development and getting better in a one-on-one setting so they're able to compete at the highest level. So now that you've seen our process, of course, and I'll show you this sheet here, this is a copy of what the parent gets or the player gets, because they're carbon copy. So we get a copy, you get a copy, and you get something tangible. Now after 10 or 15 lessons that day, our hand might hurt a little bit, but you're going to see our quality and our tracking and our attention to detail is super high, because our goal is player development and one-on-one instruction. So I hope you appreciated this video. You can see exactly the process we take every day with your player, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Bye-bye.